Can you see this, the half moon?
This is indeed a disturbing universe.
Hello, greetings, and welcome. Welcome to the Stereo 999 YouTube channel. I am your host, the artist formerly known as Stereo Steve. And we're sailing the seas of cheese this week because, as you know, last week was the conclusion of my ongoing series, the 70 Albums Project, which means that I've run out of ideas. But I was flipping through vinyl community videos, and I found a channel, Ron Haggerty's Vinyl Sanctuary. And he started a thread that a few people have jumped onto, and I figure I'll jump onto it too. It's aquatic themed records. So I'm going to get on that. I'm gonna present to you 10 records from my collection that are aquatic themed in some sort of way. And we're gonna cut right to the chase. This is the Psychologically Ultimate Seashore from the Environments series. And I managed to find all 11 volumes of the Environments series. These were really groundbreaking as far as sound effects records were concerned, because most of the time you get a sound effects record and it's just a little minute-long clip of each different sound. But the Environment series, each side of the record was a 30-minute long soundscape that you could put on in the background. So the first Environments in the series was the Psychologically Ultimate Seashore, and it's 30 minutes of relaxing ocean sounds. Yeah, that's about as aquatic as it gets. All right. The next one, this is a compact disc. This is Floodgate by Ube, spelled A-U-B-E. Ube is a Japanese noise artist, and this you might put this in the harsh noise genre. But over the course of this compact disc, what starts out as soothing water sounds gradually gets more and more distorted until it is a cacophony of harsh, distorted noise. And it just kind of just gradually, you know, like you're a frog in the boiling water. You don't realize that you're caught up in this maelstrom of mayhem until it's too late. All right. Getting into some rock, and from here in the Bay Area, this is Sailor by the Steve Miller Band. And you can see Boz Scaggs was in the band. This is their second album from like '68. And if you didn't know, before they started having top 40 hits, Steve Miller Band had a string of psychedelic blues albums, which are all really good. This is one of the better ones. Has some great songs. Has this instrumental called Song for Our Ancestors that kicks it off with a foghorn sound, and then gets into a song called Dear Mary, which is almost sounds like a Zombies kind of song. And some other good stuff. Living in the USA was the big hit. Song Quicksilver Girl, which was in the movie Big Chill. I don't think it was on the soundtrack album. But anyway, Steve Miller, Sailor. Aquatically themed. This one I've shown before. This is from Canada, from Canada, Black Mountain, and their album Destroyer. And As you can see, the speaker is rising up out of the sea to rock the waves. It's Aquatic. Okay, and from Australia, Dirty Three, with their album Ocean Songs. And let me open this up. You can see the mermaid here. Dirty Three was Warren Ellis's band, who was a violin player, played with Nick Cave a bunch, but just these epic violin, bass, and drums songs, instrumental songs that just build up like you're on a raging sea. Ocean Songs from Dirty Three. All right. On that similar theme here, getting into some jazz fusion, confusion. Captain Fingers by Lee Ritenour. I don't know how well you can see this, but there's a guitar that's actually a boat, and it's like a guitar floating across the ocean. And yeah, I guess this is, I said before, this is yacht jazz, if there's a thing like yacht rock. Nice version of Isn't She Lovely? And just some tasty, funky, smooth fusion. No confusion, just smooth fusion. It's going to be a dozen Aquatic themed records. All right, so here's an actual yacht rock record. This is Firefall with Lunacy. Lunacy, get it? And you know, like a lot of these yacht rock and soft rock records, there's songs that rock a little bit more than the hit song, kind of hidden. But this is pretty much the mellow 70s smoothness that some will tell you that punk rock was invented to fight against. But it has a guilty pleasure hit song, Just Remember I Love You. And just remember, the artist formerly known as Stereo Steve does love you. All right. All right, this is a 45. This is the theme from Jaws by John Williams. Boom, 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 boom. And we're gonna need a bigger boat, man. So yeah, this is. I gotta get my head in the middle of this. Can I get my head in the middle of this? Like if I turn it this way. All right, so. All right. Theme from Jaws by John Williams on a 45. How cool is that? And speaking of the theme from Jaws, rest in peace, Dickie Goodman. And Dickie Goodman, he was one of the godfathers of sampling. He made those novelty records where he'd ask a question and then have a little sample from a song as the answer. And this one was popular enough that he managed to make a whole album. I just love this album cover. He's like floating on a donut with some KFC and a life preserver, interviewing Jaws, interviewing the shark, asking him questions. Eventually gets pulled down into the water. But yeah, Dickie Goodman, it's kind of a cautionary tale. He reached the lowest point in his career, and he made the unfortunate decision to unalive himself. Which, if he just stuck it out for a few more years, you know, he could have, you know, been recognized. You know, after sampling really took off, he could have gotten some recognition, maybe done some other stuff. But yeah, I loved this kind of shit when I was a kid, and this has some of his earlier hits like Flying Saucer and Santa and the Satellite, Superfly meets Shaft. Some of the songs are like swapped out or edited because copyright, but it's you know, it's still a good overview of Mr. Goodman. All right, the last three more. Okay. This is Little Toot, the story of a disobedient tugboat. It's like a little Walt Disney kind of story time record for kids. This was one of my dad's childhood records that kind of came down to me. Haven't listened to it in a while, but you know, it's a cute little Disney kind of thing. And this record was my mom's. Spencer Tracy, The Old Man and the Sea soundtrack. I've never seen this movie, but I should get on it. Okay. Last but not least, another 45 on Splash Records. Gilligan's Island Stairway. That's right. Stairway to Gilligan's Island by Little Roger and the Goosebumps. Yeah. And they're here on Gilligan's Island. You know, the people who wrote, wasn't even so much Led Zeppelin, but the people who wrote the Gilligan's Island theme song are really serious about their copyright policing, which made this record pretty rare. But it's a Dr. Demento classic. Okay. Well, there you go. Let me know in the comments if there's anything I missed. Let me know if you've got any ideas to throw at me, because I'm running out of ideas, you know. The 2 or 3 people who watch me every week, I don't want to let them down. I mean, I know the rest of you don't give that much of a shit, but still. Peace. I'll be back.
Captain Clark welcomes you aboard. Oh, you have 10 minutes there. See this hand calling time. You round have 8 minutes.
Is back,
I think we may have another shark problem.
and he's still hungry.
Are you people telling me I don't know what a shark looks like?
But only one man knows.
You started a panic on a public beach.
Only one man cares.
And you better do something about this one, because I don't intend to go through that hell again.
The shark with the insatiable appetite is back for a second helping. Roy Scheiber, Jaws 2. Tomorrow night at 7 on Channel 9.
Captain, when you catch one of these sharks, what do you feel like? Like a rhinestone cowboy. We've just sighted the shark again. He's coming straight for us. Captain Quint is shouting something at him. Get your baby one of these nights. Hey, Jaws, the captain says he's going to catch you. What do you think of that? Uh-oh, here he comes again. They've hit him! Mr. Jaws, why doesn't anything seem to hurt you?
Big boys don't cry. Big boys don't cry.
God damn it, baby, no, I ain't lying to you. I'm only gonna tell you one time.
Okay, so I just got back from the Peacock Lounge on Haight Street, where I saw Calvin Keys perform. And I bought a reissue copy of his first album from 1971, and he autographed it for me. How cool is that? Okay, gonna do some agonizing reappraisals or reevaluations. So I'm gonna listen back to a few records that I was just kind of on the fence about and decide whether they're keepers or not. And you're gonna join me. Oh man, I get it now. It all makes sense. All right, so this is another reevaluation. This record is Brian Alexander Robertson from 1973. And it's on Ardent, same label as Big Star. And nobody likes this record because it doesn't sound anything like Big Star or the Hot Dogs or Cargo. I don't know, it's like this kind of proggy glam rock. Might be a concept album. I haven't really read through the lyrics because I need no glasses. But I don't know, it got some good reviews on Rate Your Music, so I'm most of the way through the first side, and yeah, we'll see. This might be a keeper. Reevaluation number 3. The Lonesome Organist, collector of cactus echo bags. This record has been sitting in my trade pile forever, and somebody just posted it to my social media, and I'm like, I should dig this out and listen to it again. Because sometimes what the record has to say to you doesn't reveal itself from the get-go. Yeah! Alright, another reevaluation. Lobo. Sorry, Lobo. You put the best song on your album at the end of side 1, and there are some like really terrible songs I have to suffer through while I'm waiting to get to it. So I'm gonna just listen to your hits on K-Tel albums the way they were meant to be heard. Alrighty then, that is my video for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here, thank you for joining. I hope you'll stay. Go back and watch some of my other videos, because I put a lot of thought into those. Maybe they're better than this one, maybe they're worse than this one. The only way you'll know is if you go watch them. To all my friends, imaginary friends, subscribers, viewers, fans, peace and love to y'all. And I'll see you next time.
God damn it, baby, no, I ain't lying to you. I'm only gonna tell you one time.